Hello friends, welcome back to my this new video. In this video, we are going to learn how we can draw frequency polygons in Python. Before we start drawing a frequency polygon, let us understand what is a frequency polygon and how we should draw it. In Python, there is no predefined library with the help of which I can draw a frequency polygon. So we will be needing different kinds of steps which we have to keep in mind while drawing a frequency polygon. Now, what is a frequency polygon? As you can see the graph at the back, a frequency polygon is basically a histogram which you can see drawn. It has been drawn with the help of a black outline. It is nothing but a histogram, and the each bar in a histogram has been joined with the help of a line using the midpoints of each bar and its highest value. The value of each bar has been marked over here, and all these marks have been joined with the help of straight line. And one more thing we have to notice here, that my black line is a histogram and my red line is a line graph, but my line graph is touching both the edges on the x-axis. It is actually touching here and here also at the extreme ends, in order to just convert my line graph into a polygon, because we all know that polygon is a closed figure. So if I'm joining just the midpoints of the given data, which is my first value is here and my last value is here, my polygon will be incomplete. In fact, it will not be a polygon, it will be it will be a line. So in order to convert it into a polygon, I have extended my line to the x-axis at both the ends, and so that it joins and meets the x-axis. Okay. In Python, we can draw a frequency polygon in two different ways. Either I can use a matplotlib library for drawing a frequency polygon, or we can also use a NumPy library for drawing the frequency polygon. In this video, we are talking about we will be learning how to use matplotlib library for drawing a frequency polygon. I will be uploading a separate video for drawing a frequency polygon using a NumPy library. But at present, we are concentrating only on Matplotlib library. Before we start writing down the code, we have to understand the steps which we have to follow while drawing a frequency polygon. As I told you that there is no predefined library over here with the help of which I can draw a frequency polygon directly. So what I need to do is I have to first draw the histogram. You just follow this figure over here. My histogram is nothing but this black outlined graph. So I have to first draw a histogram. After that, I have to just draw the outline of the histogram. And then I will create my own bins for my ease. After that, for defining my own bins, I will go for the lowest and the highest value given in my data set. And my lowest value will decide my first interval of the bin, and my highest value will decide the highest interval or the last interval of my bin. And after I decide my own intervals, I will be able to find out the midpoints of each interval. And once I get a midpoint of each interval, I will be drawing a line graph to join those midpoints. Now my histogram is ready, my line graph is ready. All I need to do is to join all these midpoints with the help of a line. Uh, and then extend my line graph uh, at the intervals at the beginning also, and at the intervals at the end also, so that my line graph is finally meeting the x-axis at both the ends. So let us understand one more parameter over here, which is very important in drawing this frequency polygon. My histogram has one parameter which is called as hist type. Hist type decides how I want to draw my histogram. I can use my parameter value as bar, bar stacked, step, and step filled. By default, hist type is always bar. But I will use this step for drawing my hist type. Um, Now, let us take a problem statement where in a village, some number of people are living here. Some are working and some are not working. And on the basis of a survey, it has been noted down that the person who is working, it may be of any profession, the age of that person has been noted down. So this is just a simple collection of data of those people, which is having the ages of those people, those who are working in a village in some profession or the other. and I have to display this data in the form of a frequency polygon. So let us start. In order to first draw a frequency polygon, I have my first step is to draw a histogram. So I will import a library, import matplotlib dot iplot as PLT. And after that, my another step will be to take the data. My data is given to me in my problem statement, so I will just copy my data over here. Okay, now I have to simply plot my histogram. So I will say plt.hist. In my histogram, my first argument is always the data set, which I have stored in a variable called age. And the second step is always the bins. I decide the number of bins in which I want to draw my histogram. Because I have taken my bins as a 6, so my complete data will be divided into number of 6 bins. And if I execute it here, you can see this is my graph being displayed over here. Uh, this is my graph being displayed over here, and you can see that the values given over here are there are 3 values in the first interval, 2 values in the second interval, 3 values in the third interval, fourth, fifth, and sixth interval. In each interval, the frequency of the data that has been taken here is shown here, and also it is showing me the beginning of each interval. For example, sorry, the edge of each interval. My first interval is ending. Is starting here at 4 because 4 is my beginning value, and the next interval is starting at 19.6, then 13.35.3, then 51, and then 66 point this. And my last value, please notice here, is 98. Why? Because my highest value given in my data set is 98 over here. So my first value and my last value decides my bins interval by default, which I have taken as a 6. But if I, let us suppose, change my number of intervals, took it as 10, then obviously my intervals will change and my graph will also change depending upon the frequency of the values in the graph. Uh, my first array is showing me the frequency in each interval, and the second array, which is being shown here, is the edge of each interval, obviously starting at 4 and ending at 8. So my first step is over. I have drawn a histogram. My second step is to draw an outline of this histogram. In order to convert my histogram into an outline graph, I will simply add one more parameter over here. Hist type is equal to set. And you see the change over here. My histogram has been drawn as an outline over here. I can change the color of my histogram line, and I am taking it as K, where K is the color code for black. So my histogram outline graph will be converted into a black outline graph now. The next step, which I have mentioned you over here, I have drawn my histogram, I have drawn the outline. Now I have to define my own bins for the ease. Now, why am I doing this step? Third, fourth, fifth, and sixth, third and fourth. I am making these bins so that I am able to calculate the midpoints of each interval automatically using a function over here. So before I draw a histogram, I will mention here intervals. I'm defining my own intervals over here. And what will be the interval? Uh, I will, please mind it, take the standard interval of 10 size each, because it will help you in calculating the midpoints more easily and conveniently. If you are taking the interval size as some different, you will have to find out some other formula or method for finding out the midpoints. I have tested many different methods, and I found this method very convenient for calculating the midpoints of each interval. Now, what I have done here is I have taken an interval of 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and the gap is of 10 values over here. My first value is 4. Obviously, this is not falling in the first interval, so I will take my beginning interval as a 0, and my last interval should cover my last value, that is 19. Let us suppose the last value had been less than 90, then my last interval would have been 90 only. Now, I have done my third step. I have defined my own bin, and I have taken care of the lowest and the highest value which is given in my data for deciding my bins. So my first bin interval is 0 to 10 and my last bin interval is 90 to 100. Now I want to add these my own defined bins into my graph. So instead of taking bins is equal to 10, I will say bins is equal to intervals. Now I am forcibly saying my graph to take the bin intervals according to my choice. Now you see my graph has changed, and instead of those predefined values, it is showing me the bins interval as 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and 100, and the frequency of the data has been also shown to me over here. Now, before we move to the next step, I want to add one more point over here. I want to say plt.xtics. I'm refining my graph presentation over here, and I want to say the graph axis, that is x-axis, should show me all the interval values as my ticks, because you can see here that in the graph it is showing me 10 and 20, but my next interval is 0 and 20 and then 40 and then 60, 80, 100. It is not showing me all the intervals, but I want my all the intervals should be shown over here. So I will just specify my x ticks as intervals, and I will modify my graph. You can see all my bins are displayed over here. So I have achieved halfway now. Now my important step comes here, where I want to calculate the midpoints of my histogram. You can see that my graph is showing me, which I have drawn as a PLT, using my PLT object, is returning me two arrays. One is the frequency and another one is the edges. My frequency is nothing but the y-axis, and my edges are the points where my graph is ending. So I want to capture these values over here. In order to capture these values, I will say y comma edges. I have taken my own argument, and my third line is an underscore. This underscore is the third argument which is returned to me, which will help me in drawing my line graph in this histogram. I want to superimpose my line graph onto this histogram using the calculated midpoints. And now midpoints I will calculate with the help of edges, because my first edge is 0, my next edge is 10, my midpoint will be 5. Similarly, my next edge is 10 and this edge is 20, my midpoint is 15. So my midpoints come out as 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, and so on. But instead of mentioning these values directly, I will use a formula over here so that I am able to calculate all the midpoints all by myself. So what will I say? I will define array over here. Midpoints is equal to, I will say 0 0.5, half of the multiple of, I will say edges. Why edges? Because edges is an array which I am receiving over here, and I am taking it one colon. I'm taking the range. Range one column means it will start my values from 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and it will go till the last. It will go till 100. And then add it to edges. And now my index should start like this, and it should go to -1. Now it is taking the values in reverse and multiplying it with this. If you want to go into detail, we can display here the values also. Let us see what is my y printing and what is my edges printing. I will simply say print y, though this is not a part of my code, but just to demonstrate you what are these two arguments which I have captured through my histogram graph. uh, I want to display these values. So you can see here that my y is displaying me these frequencies, and my edges which I have captured from the histogram is showing me the intervals. So if I say now I'm going to remove the commands. I've just shown you to demonstrate what is y and edges. If I say print, I say edges, and if I say one column, I'm simply doing a slicing of my data which I have received over here. So one column will represent me all the values except the value at the 0th index. And if I say print, edges, and I say colon -1. Now it will show me the value like this. It is showing me 10, 20, 30, 40. This is my first command, which is starting from 10, 20, 30, 40, and -1 is showing me all the values except the last value. Now, in this command, what am I doing here? I am simply saying edge 1 and edge -1, add them. So what it will do? It will add 0 and 10. It will add 10 and 20. If I print here, print edges, I say 1 colon and then plus edges colon -1. Now you see the change over here. I am subsequently adding these values. Sorry, I have done some mistake somewhere. Print edges. Okay, this bracket is wrong over here. This has to be removed. This has to be removed, and this ending bracket is required over here. Okay, so you can see here that the sum of these two values is 10 plus 0 is 10, 20 plus 10 is 30, 30 plus 20 is 50, and so on. It is simply adding these two values. So if I make a comment of these two values, first and second, which is simply displaying me the separate values, uh, it will make my information more clear. Now I'm getting 10, 20, 30, 50, 70, and so on. So what is this giving me? This is giving me these values, and if I divide it by half, it will give me the midpoint. Midpoint 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, and so on. And that is what I wanted. So I have achieved the values which I am looking for. Now I have got the midpoints also. All I have to do now is to draw my line graph. That is my last step. I will say PLT dot plot. I want to draw my line graph now. For the line graph, my x-axis are the midpoints, and my y-axis are the y itself, and we are done. It is taking a bit longer. Okay, great. We have got a line graph also over here, and it is superimposed over my uh, histogram. But my graph is not complete over here, because you can see here, this is a line, this is not a polygon. And as I told you, my last step is to take an extra bend to the lowest and the highest value in order to touch this line to the x-axis. So what I will do here, these are my intervals. My lowest interval is 0 here. As per my values given over here, the lowest value is 4. So I had to take my 0 interval. So I will extend my interval to the left hand side, that is -10, and my last interval, which is as per the values given in my graph, is 100, but I will extend this then to 110. One more extension to the right hand side as well as left hand side. Now my line graph has converted into a polygon. Okay. Uh, just a small information. If I want to make my presentation more beautiful, I can change my color code of the line graph. I can make it R. R is a color code for red. Obviously, my line drawn will be of red color. And if I want to add it to a dotted line, or I want to give points, I can do that also. This is a red colored line now. If I want to make it a dashed line, I can simply say 2 times dash, and it will convert my line into a dotted line. But instead of a dotted line, if I want to give a color code and I want to give a symbol, for example, I want to give a symbol as a star to my midpoints. That midpoints can be marked here. So I have different options over here. This asterisk will show me a star, but if I use a caret symbol, it will show me a triangle, and so on. And I can change my color of the line also in different ways. So that's all for this frequency polygon. I hope you have understood all these steps. Goodbye and thank you.